the image the city of Glasgow wants to project to the outside world. A city full of energy, life, and with ambitious plans for the 21st century. But Glasgow, and indeed Scotland, also have another image they desperately want to shed: religious hatred. This is a film about two communities, one Protestant, the other Catholic, and the centuries-old rivalry between them. It's also a film about two of the biggest football clubs in the world, and about violence where wearing the wrong colour can mark you out for attack, even death. And this in Britain in the 21st century. The Billy Boys, a song sung by generations of Protestants in Scotland. It refers to the murder of Irish Catholics in battles 400 years ago. Glasgow Rangers fans sing it to antagonise their rivals, Glasgow Celtic. This is no ordinary football rivalry. It's the result of deep religious division. Celtic's traditional support is Catholic and Rangers Protestant.
If people who don't understand it, down south it'd probably be like if you had an all-black team and an all-white team, and the all-black team were only supported by blacks and the all-white supported by whites, and that's the only way you could really explain it, where there was that type of violence out in the street. That's what it's like up here. It's not the colour of skin, it's a religion.
It's an analogy shared by one of the few journalists in Scotland to have openly criticised the clubs for failing to tackle the issue.
I've tried this line out on some of the more bigoted members of the Rangers and Celtic support, and they don't get it. You say, you know these phrases that you enjoy, these shouts and these chants you enjoy, dirty orange bastard, dirty Fenian bastard. Imagine if it was actually dirty black bastard, there's no doubt about it. If it was rank racism as opposed to rank bigotry, I think it would have been cured long ago, because we would never have accepted it. It would have been just too embarrassing.
But no such condemnation for singing such as this. Rangers fans baiting their Celtic rivals only last week. In fact, as we travelled to games across Scotland this year, we heard the same songs and chants over and over again. The Billy Boys, clearly the Rangers fans' favourite. But these fans could now be arrested for singing this song. Since June 2003, sectarianism in Scotland has been outlawed. If someone commits an offence, such as an assault or uses abusive language, and it's based on religious prejudice, it's now treated as a sectarian crime. 450 people have been arrested in the first 14 months of the law. But sectarianism goes well beyond what we see on the terraces. It's 11 o'clock on a cold Saturday morning in January. This is a Republican march to commemorate Bloody Sunday in Northern Ireland in 1972.
That's a flag of your country. We fucking hate yous!
These are scenes you might expect to see on the streets of Belfast or Londonderry. But this is Glasgow, 2005.
At about 1800, Scotland was overwhelmingly a Protestant nation. Then the Great Migration started from Ireland. Probably 250,000 first-generation Irish in Scotland by the end of the 19th century. The important point to remember is that this is not simply a movement of Catholic Irish, because Scotland's Irish came from the north of Ireland, there was a substantial minority also of Protestant people. So to some extent, the north of Ireland's traditional tribal divides, tribal conflicts, were, if you like, transferred to Scotland.
These deeply rooted religious divisions find particular expression in football. Many Protestant immigrants from Northern Ireland adopted Rangers as their club. They maintained their loyalties to Ulster and the Crown. The club itself didn't sign any Catholic players until 1989. Celtic Football Club was founded more than 100 years ago by an Irish Catholic priest. Over the years, it's maintained its links with the Irish Republic.
I remember vividly the Irish ambassador to the UK attending his first Old Firm match. He thought he was at an international game because on one side of the park, the Irish tricolour, the Republic of Ireland, on the other side, the Red Hand of Ulster. It was almost, if you like, a metaphor for the fact that Irish problems had been transferred onto Scottish soil.
This Rangers fan was attacked in the street after last weekend's Old Firm game by two men whom he says were wearing Celtic.
They say Chris had no chance, you know. No chance to what you doing or anything like that. The boy just took a swipe at him and he cut Chris.
If it would be an inch under, I'd have killed him. An inch below, they said it would have killed him, would have been dead.
See, this is the kind of things we're talking about. This is. How would you feel? How would you feel if it was one of your sons or daughters or one of your mates?
A fan was shot and badly injured today with a crossbow bolt on the city's south side.
A teenager who murdered his next-door neighbour by stabbing him 150 times for wearing a Celtic strip.
Detectives appealed for witnesses to the attack. Police insider said there was little doubt it was a potentially murderous attack on the supporter.
For generations, Scotland has been in denial about this problem of sectarianism. For God's sake, it's 200 years old. It is actually embedded very strongly within the culture, particularly the culture of the west of Scotland. And so it's so familiar, it's so routine, that people don't actually think, or have not thought until recently, it's a big issue. It's a fact of life. It's part of the way of life of the society.